There's an interaction between what goes on outside of our experience and what goes on inside our experience. There's an interaction between what's going on in the external world and what's going on under our skin. This interaction between the internal and the external of seeing something outside, hearing something in the distance, this sensation of having an external environment is part of the equation of life. It is this external and it is this internal. There's an internal desires and internal fears and thoughts and emotions and feelings that feel inside as if we have more control over it because it's the same state that is feeling, thinking, and having emotions and fearing and having all these feelings. That same thought is able to more control itself because it can have a little bit more of a feeling of almost what it can do to itself. I lay that idea down for a second. External ideas, external occurrences of a dog coming to you, or a bee coming up and landing on you, or a squirrel jumping out of the tree and you see it go maybe to you or away from you, away from this thing that you're saying is like behind your eyes. Life is an interaction between these two occurrences in actual life. Life is a melding of those two. You don't have a choice in if a car is coming towards you or away from you. It's an external thing that feels external, and it feels like you don't have control over that, really. A bird's coming to you, it's just, oh, it's happening without my choice. I think people are okay with accepting that. I am okay with accepting that on first glance. And it's true. However, the same is true for the internal. The internal is not something that you can control separately. The thing that's controlling the thing that's controlling your desires or the thoughts is just the desires and the thoughts. There's nothing else. I'm switching hands again because it's getting tired. There's nothing different. As a tree falls towards you is the same as like a thought just coming to you. Oh, but you're not choosing. You're not choosing the squirrel to jump out of the tree, just like you're not choosing for your thoughts to say, oh, there's something on my ear. So there are these two dynamics of things in life, this external and the internal, and it's this communication and interaction between the two that makes life so beautiful, because it's a push and pull, it's an up and down, it's this interaction between what you feel like you have no control over and what you feel like you have a little bit of control over. However, when looked at for curiosity, life's curiosity and joy, one can find that both parties, both the external, both the internal, are just happening. You're not choosing what's going to happen outside of yourself, how the weather's going to be. You can't really morph that. You feel like you can morph yourself. I want to watch TV. I want to go outside. I want to drink water. Those are just occurring in this moment. A swallow, a tire of the arm, a bug flying overhead. See this shadow bigger than the actual insect because of the distance of the sun and where the bug is compared to the background tree. Leaves shaking, shimmering, different shades of dark, green, light green. Different leaves, different colors, browns, trunk, sidewalk, concrete, buildings, houses, Taiwan, park, nature, quiet, joy, peace, better communication with the external. I think that is stupid. I also think it's funny because I think it's stupid. Do I have to make that face? Is my next thought. Do I have to make that face when I'm whistling? I really want to I think it's stupid, but I also think it's funny and worth doing because it reminds me, life, there's I almost don't even want to say anything else because it's just life. However people want to understand that, as long as you're not hurting other people, I think enjoy the fuck out of it. Enjoy all the experience you can have. It's a beautiful thing. You're gonna die. This is all gonna be like before you were born. Most likely, that would be my hypothesis on it. It's most likely going to be like what it was like before you were born. And what was that like? Pretty blank. Pretty nothing. I would take feeling angry or sad over that. So keeping that in mind in those moments even is a beautiful remedy for suffering ideas and suffering mental streams. Sometimes all you can do is laugh. Be careful your toe. I'll say that very often. I don't necessarily agree with pre-planning a lot. I think that escapes the beauty of free-flowing one's ideas in the present moment. I call this the illusion of me, I guess, because that's what came out of my mouth. These words that appear, these feelings, the sounds, the brightness, some within, some without, some external, all I am not the controller. All I am not the controller. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. A shadow moves to the side. A bug flying above overhead, zipping back and forth, is the same as my desire to want to stretch, the desire of hunger, a desire for a quench of thirst, of water, a desire of a loved one's hug. I did not choose these next desires of mine. I did not choose directly these words that are coming out of my mouth. I did not directly choose to video this. Things are merely appearing. My next thoughts, intentions, actions are merely an appearance. They are just occurring as the state of the world. At first glance, this can seem rather dull, rather black and white view on reality, when in actuality, it's the most freeing thing one can feel. At least in my experience of many things, it is the freest feeling I have ever felt. And most likely, if you are listening to this and understanding, you are also human who speaks English to some degree, and you're much like me. You have desires that are fulfilled, you have desires that are unfulfilled, you have pains, you have pleasures, all to which you didn't choose. I can choose to drop down right now. I'm gonna drop down. I can feel like I'm choosing to do that. My arm is sore from holding up this phone, but I'm going to choose to keep it up. But really, these thoughts, that's not a choosing. Where does the choice come from? Is the next thought that should enter one's mind if they are curious. Where did the thoughts come from? Where was the thought that I should squat down? did I think of everything that I could have possibly done and then I chose that? It just came about. I didn't have an infinite amount of possibilities. I could jump up in the air. I didn't think about jumping. I didn't think about it. You can't think before you think. There's just thinking. There's no pre-thought to thought. It's just thought. And there's nobody behind it choosing that. All you can do is watch as your thoughts flow by, externalize, get created into audio disturbances in the air. Air disturbances. Air pressure differences. There's a better word for that. To communicate it in a better way. Either way, in all ways, it's just here. The choice of thought is no choice at all. Relax and realize you're already there. You're already doing what you want to be doing. In whatever sense of that sentence that you want to take, whatever context. Feel free. Feel the freedom of not being truly free. Oh, I messed up. Ooh, now I'm getting like really thinking about oneself thoughts. Like, ooh, I wish I had hair. Oh man, look at my beard. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Is this lighting okay? I don't know. I don't really make videos a lot, and I'm just kind of new at it. Ready to go move. Going to move it up. All right, I'm stopping this thing.